Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be speaking about the match between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. And Barcelona got the job done. We're going to go into this international break with a lot of smiles, with positivity, with enthusiasm, with confidence that we can close out this season in a very great way. Because Barcelona were able to beat Atletico Madrid at Metropolitano 3-0. Can you guys believe it? We have Lewandowski, who provided 2 assists and 1 goal. Joao Felix, who also scored a goal against Atletico Madrid. Fermin Lopez was also able to get on the score sheet, and then we have Rafinha with 1 assist. It was a masterclass performance from Xavi Hernandez's FC Barcelona. And here is the thing that does blow my mind about this whole thing, right? I said something on X, aka Twitter, and I said that, oh yeah, Barcelona don't have Frankie, Pedri, Xavi, Balde, Cancelo, Christensen. To Xavi Hernandez, it does not matter because he can still get the same results with other group of players. We all thought that Barcelona were finished when we heard that Christensen couldn't play tonight, that Cancelo got injured 4 hours before the match. We thought that we were finished. We thought that Atletico Madrid were going to win in this match, but no, Xavi Hernandez got the tactics right. He got these players to play at a elite mentality, and that is why Barcelona were able to demolish Atletico Madrid. It was 3-0, guys. Barcelona yet again got another clean sheet, and that is very impressive because this defensive line that we have, and our defensive mindset, as a matter of fact, because we did not even play with the exact same original defensive line. This defensive mindset that we have, it's amazing. Now, yes, we did have some errors here and there in the beginning of the game. Gundogan and Sergio Roberto were our double pivots, so there were going to be some mistakes, of course. But still, overall, Barcelona gained their confidence. They were able to overcome Atletico Madrid because they felt like they could create chances and score goals against Atletico Madrid, and they did. And Atletico Madrid did not even want to bother us from there because they pulled the punch first, but we moved and counterattacked right after. And that is important, my friends, because we used to get hit by 1 punch and it was done. Like Barcelona are down from there, we couldn't come up from that situation and we lost the game or we tied the game. But now we know how to go on the counterattack against a 1 punch from any opposition. And it does bring me a lot of smiles because, again, like I've said in like I think in the past 2 videos, for the first time in a very long time, I feel like Barcelona can go far in the Champions League because it's not just about even the tactics. It's not just about these players performing at a high level. It's because these players believe that they can win. And I feel like with this mentality, we can go past PSG. Now, I know that this does kind of steps away from this game and what we played, right? About Barcelona and PSG and all of these things, right? But these conversations do need to be held because we thought, again, the world thought that Barcelona were finished, that we were not even going to touch second place. And Barcelona, as a matter of fact, are in second place. And we are going to go against PSG with a lot of enthusiasm and positivity and confidence. You better bet that Barcelona is the dark horse of La Liga. Like if you were to say who could be the dark horse and go into first place in La Liga, I would tell you Barcelona. Many were saying it's Girona because of their amazing first 2 to 3 months or 4 to 5 months, of course. But I truly believe that the dark horse, it is Barcelona. If you ask me, who is the dark horse of the Champions League? It is again Barcelona. We're talking about a side that just took down Atletico Madrid, a team that also took down Inter Milan in the Champions League 5 days ago. Atletico Madrid were like a monster. They ate up Inter Milan, and Barcelona came in and scored 3 past them. And so in the first goal, we can see that Gundogan gained possession. He made a through pass all the way to Lewandowski. Lewandowski finds Joao Felix inside the box, and Joao Felix puts the first goal for FC Barcelona with an amazing tap-in. Very composed, very well done. And everybody, like the fan base, right, of Atletico Madrid were furious. They were mad, booing Joao Felix. It's almost as if the only way we can have Joao Felix perform is if it is toxic. Like if there's a toxic environment and there's a lot of narratives being made, Felix will show up. And that is why he was able to score the first goal for the club. We move on towards the second goal. Rafinha makes a chip pass to Lewandowski. One of the defenders of Atletico Madrid almost got the ball, but then Lewandowski was able to readjust himself and put the ball into the bottom left corner with ease. It was a world-class finish from Lewandowski. And so from the 2-0, we had Lewandowski providing a goal and a assist, and Rafinha receiving an assist. We move on towards the third goal, and yet again, we saw Lewandowski receive the ball. He made a cross into the box. Fermin Lopez was able to find that cross and heads the ball into the net. And when we saw Fermin Lopez like celebrate, he was trying to do a knee slide, and I'm like, dude, do not do these knee slides that everybody does, because that's like the 7th time in the past like 10 to 12 days where I have seen so many players fail at a knee slide celebration and they almost ended up injuring themselves. Like Fermin Lopez almost like killed his knees in this celebration. I'm like, dude, relax, just relax. And he tried to play it off, you know, he was trying to have a serious face and stuff like that, but it was his moment. Let him have his moment. I just think that, you know, like I have no idea, like the ball, I mean, the field was wet. I don't know if you guys can tell, so I assume that's why Fermin Lopez was trying to do a knee slide, but for some reason skin doesn't go with wet grass, and that is why, you know, we saw what what he did. But that's besides the point. Fermin Lopez scores a goal and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him because here's the thing, right? Before the game, the whole original plan was to have Christensen and Sergio Roberto as our double pivot with Gundogan as the number 8, which would allow Gundogan and Lewandowski to combine and create and score goals and provide assists, right? But since Christensen had to come out like 3 minutes before the game even started, Fermin Lopez was rushed into the match, into the starting 11, and Gundogan could not act as a number 8, meaning that Xavi Hernandez gave Fermin Lopez the responsibility to act like Gundogan, to act like the number 8, and to provide the creativity for Lewandowski to find the goals, because Lewandowski was on fire. And Xavi Hernandez knew this. He knew the mentality. He knew the way that Lewandowski was going to perform, which is why he was able to come out with 2 assists and a goal. And I'm proud of Fermin Lopez because he was trying. He was trying to find Lewandowski a lot of times. Lewandowski was also trying to find Fermin Lopez a lot of times. There was a few, moments in the game where Fermin Lopez could not successfully find Lewandowski, and Lewandowski was telling Fermin, like, hey, pass it more forward, pass it more back. Like, there were conversations like that, and he was also telling Fermin, like, come on, like, go faster, find me here. Look, I was trying to make that run to the left side, but he passed it to the right side. But they kept going at it, and they did not give up, and Fermin Lopez did not lower his confidence. He just kept going. He tried to provide as many opportunities as possible, and so I am proud of Fermin. Also, I would like to point out the collective performance, because the amount of times Barcelona found the free man in the final third was insane. Like, Atletico Madrid could not keep up, and when I saw like Barcelona constantly always trying to find the free man, I'm like, this is Xavi Hernandez. This is Xavi Hernandez in his full flesh, in his full form, telling these players exactly what to do. The amount of times they found Rafinha by himself, or Lewandowski by himself, or Felix, or Sergio Roberto, or Gundogan, or Fermin Lopez by themselves, it was amazing. I'm like, this is such fluid football. It's amazing to see what happens in football when you can find the free man over and over again. You just become much more adaptable to the game. You look much more dynamic, and it's amazing. The football that Barcelona plays is just beautiful. And now that I'm even talking about this, it's crazy to me how like 4 months ago everybody wanted Xavi Hernandez out. Everybody, the whole Barcelona fan base, I will call out 90% of the Barcelona fan base, wanted Xavi out. And I kept saying on this YouTube channel over and over again, we should not give up on Xavi. Xavi is just going through a difficult moment. Of course Xavi was going to have like these losses or these ties and we couldn't score goals because he does not have the utilities. It takes time. But many wanted Xavi out, and it came to a point where Xavi Hernandez had to announce his departure. Now we're over here with a lot of these Barcelona fans looking stupid, because now we can clearly see that with Xavi having a team that's basically disabled because we have lost so many players by this point, can still win against Atletico Madrid. And the fact that he's leaving in the summer, I'm like, dude, can you imagine? Like, really think about this. I want you guys to use your imagination. Close your eyes. Close your eyes right now. Can you imagine Xavi Hernandez today having all of his players available against Atletico Madrid? Do you guys know how many goals could have taken place today against Atletico? Do you guys know that it could have easily ended on a 5-0 or 6-0 win? It could have easily been like that. As a matter of fact, can you imagine, all right, close your eyes again, can you imagine if Xavi Hernandez had the financial stability like a regular football club and he had a true left winger, a true central defensive midfielder? Do you guys know just how strong of a team this Barcelona club could become on the field? Like, we can be so monumentally successful that I'm gonna start a campaign that Xavi should stay in the summer. You gain these players back. You get Frankie back, you get Pedri, you get Gavi back, Balde, Cancelo, you name it, everybody. You gain all of these players back, make 1 to 2 signings to further the squad, get your left winger, get your true central defensive midfielder, and we go into the next season and we dominate everything. Everything. Who in the world, who in the hell wants to restart this sporting project? Who? Why do you want Xavi out now? Why do the fans let this club down so much? Like, you guys, like, it's just unbelievable to see Barcelona play this football with the players that we had, and we're gonna have to restart this project in the summer. Why not further this project even more? Why not give Xavi the opportunity and support that he needs in the summer and tell him to stay? Because I want to see an even stronger Barcelona next season, where we go into the first 6 to 7 months and we're first place in La Liga, guaranteed spots into the quarterfinals and in the semifinals. I want to do that. Right now we're fighting for our lives, and for some reason Xavi Hernandez is able to, manage to get Barcelona above water, and that's beautiful. It's a miracle. Xavi is performing so many miracles. We live in a world today where Xavi's squad is so bad that we relied on 2 17-year-old players to defend against Atletico Madrid. Really think about that. We had Kubarsi and Hector Fort. Hector Fort also had an amazing game. I think that, again, there were moments where he was getting outclassed by Memphis Depay. Of course, he's 17. It's his first game. He was rushed in there. He did not even know he was going to play. But still, he had a very solid debut against Atletico Madrid, like starting against them. 1 out of 1 tackles were won, 2 clearances, 1 headed clearance, 4 defensive actions, 3 recoveries, and he was only dribbled past once. Only once. And so we live in a world where we had to bet on 2 17-year-old players and we still delivered. And they still defended against a great Atletico Madrid team, a team that has beaten Inter Milan. We were supposed to lose this game because, you know, like Xavi Hernandez also got a red card. He got 2 yellow cards extremely fast and he had to go inside into the locker room. And we did not even have Xavi Hernandez on the sidelines and we still won. And you know what's crazy is that, you know, Xavi Hernandez was not even supposed to get a red card according to us, because one of the reasons why he even got the red card was because he did not even say anything, but it was because of his gestures. That's the reason why. It has been reported that the reason why Xavi left is because of his body movements. Very similar to what happened with Lewandowski about 1.5 years ago when he was touching his nose. Like apparently you can't even do gestures anymore in La Liga. And so from the very beginning, La Liga, the Florentino League or the Javier Tebas League were already trying to take down Barcelona early because they knew that they were just too strong for Atletico Madrid when it was 2-0 or 1-0. But I'm proud of Barcelona. I'm proud of this club. I'm proud of the players for what they did. I cannot wait to go into our next few matches, but that's not going to happen until next month because we are now in international break. A lot of these players are going to go play for Spain or France or Germany, you name it, Uruguay, Brazil, Portugal, and I just pray. I pray that all these players come back healthy. I don't want to come back and we hear that 2 or 3 players from the starting 11 that we had against Atletico Madrid are injured. I really don't want to see that, and I hope that Frankie de Jong also comes back in time by the time the international break is over. But I pray, right? I just want these players to go to their international breaks, play lightly. Kubarsi, Lamine Yamal are going to be called up. We don't want them to get injured either, but just do what you got to do. Get your win for De La Fuente. I know that he's obsessed with getting these players injured, but it is what it is. Apparently the Spanish national team does not learn, but we just make sure that they are healthy, make sure that you don't overuse them because they're just friendlies. We need these players because these next upcoming games are going to be so important. Our next 2 games is going to be against Las Palmas and then PSG, and you better bet that we will be there. So that is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.